Hi everyone, welcome to Thursday's work. Before we get started, I just wanted to touch base about your Freedom Journal and your reading log. Your Freedom Journal is in your Writing Google Classroom. Your reading log is in your Reading Google Classroom. You do not submit these each day because we're not going to post a new one each day. You're just going to go and add to it each day that you do your writing and your reading. Now, to talk about your work for today in language arts, we're going to be discussing the theme of this poem. I will read it for you in a second. When you are reading, listen for things that might help you understand what the theme of the poem is. You're going to complete the graphic organizer just like you did yesterday when we read the comic. Finally helping you learn about the theme. And then you're going to write an R2D2 and talk about what the theme is and how you determined it and supporting your details. So I'll come back and do that explanation of the assignment again, but I wanted to go ahead and read to you. Notice that we are starting at about 1.5 minutes, so you can listen to the poem again if you want to return to that place in the audio and video. So Darkness in the Desert by Morena Summers. For desert animals, the day is not a time for work or play. There's little shade, the world is dry, the clouds are absent from the sky. Things sizzle in the searing heat, the burning sands hurt creatures' feet. So when it turns light, they creep beneath the ground to fall asleep. But late in the day, the sky grows dim, the sun drops past the canyon rim, the stars peek through, and very soon the night replaces afternoon. Inside their dens, the creatures stir. They like the cooler temperature. By ones and twos, by fives and tens, the creatures creep from beneath their dens. On mountain, prairie, plain, and hill, the night is when the world is still. We're going to come down here. In deserts, though, the times reverse. The dark is good, the light is worse. The daytime is the time for rest. For desert creatures, night is best. For desert fox, the mouse, the hare, at night they scamper here and there. Their claws scratch softly in the sand. Their faint calls echo through the land. From dusk to dawn, all through the night, they feed and play till morning light. And so when you read the poem, you listen to it with me, go back and read it again and make sure that you circle or highlight the words or phrases that talk about the topic of the poem and underline the details that show the speaker what the speaker is thinking about with regards to the idea. So we could look back at this poem and notice that the author says, for desert animals, the day is not a time for work and play. So we know that during the desert, in the daytime, they are not out and about. The animals are not out and about. They are beneath the ground falling asleep. So that might be something you want to highlight if you think it is relevant to or important to the main idea and the theme of the poem. So here you are going to be completing this graphic organizer, and what the hint is what details in the poem Darkness in the Desert develop the theme. So we're going to talk about those details. Complete the chart below, identify the poem's topic, the details that develop the topic, and the speaker's reflections on the topic. Use this information to determine the theme in the poem and look for evidence about what the speaker thinks about the day and the night in the desert. So for the topic of the poem, I know that we were talking a lot about what creatures do and when they do it. And so that might have to do somewhat with the topic. The details about the topic, you would go back and look for those details that tell you how you know that that's what it's about. You don't have to type in exactly what it says, and you can use the line guides. So if you want to say on line, let's see, let's look at a line. 10, so on line 10, the author mentions night. So if you're talking about work at day or night, this might be a supporting detail. And then what are the speaker's reflections on the topic? So what is the speaker saying? Or what do you think the speaker is thinking about when they are typing, when they were writing this? And so words like scamper or scratching softly might give you an idea of how the author was thinking, what they were thinking about. And then what do you think the theme of the poem is? So remember, themes are universal, meaning it's not just about this one poem, it's about the message that this poem conveys. Okay, so I'm not going to give you the theme, but think about what you think that this poem is talking about that you might read in other poems or other stories or texts as well. And I will look over your work and give you ideas once you've started completing it. Now, your second assignment is to complete or write your R2D2 telling us what the theme is. And I know that you recall or you remember that when you start an R2D2, you restate the first the question, right? So instead of saying, so the question is, what is the theme of the poem Darkness in the Desert? You are going to say the theme of the poem Darkness in, just spell it right, in the desert is, and then you're going to tell me what you wrote in the graphic organizer above. And then you're going to give me 2 to 3 examples. I'm going to be fine with 2 that tell me why you thought this. So you might say, first, this is the theme because I can't type today. And then second, I believe this is the theme because. And remember, that's just your first paragraph. So now you need another paragraph. Your second paragraph is these 2 details. So remember, restate, and then you're going to give me 2 details. So you're going to say in this next paragraph, and this is the body paragraph, you don't type the word body there. I'm just providing that for you to help you. So you would say, the theme of the poem is blah, 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 because, and whatever you typed here. And then you're going to go back to the poem, and let's say you said the theme has to do with mice. You might say, the author states, the mouse and the hare scamper here and there. So you would come down here and say, because, this because is from here, so see above. And you'd say, I know this because the author states the Hare scampers from here to there. Right? So you are just giving me the examples that tell me why you believe that that's the theme. And remember, a paragraph has how many sentences? 5 sentences. If you do 4, I will not complain, but shoot for 5. Then you're going to have another body paragraph that's going to talk about this theme, right? What this example. So that's going to be your second. And then finally, you're going to have the tell again. So you're going to mention again in your closing paragraph, you're going to tell me again what you said in paragraph 1, your opening paragraph. You're not going to say it exactly the same way. You're going to use a couple different words, but that's your topic. So hopefully you will work through this and you will probably get a little frustrated and then you'll keep going and then you'll take a break and then you'll come back to it. You know I'm available if you send me a message through through the classroom, Google Classroom. You can send me a private message and I'll respond to it as quickly as possible. But this is a great opportunity for you to practice doing your own work. All right. Hey, take care, and I hope to talk to you guys soon.